And usually when you are their type, they want to commit faster. Let me repeat that. Usually when you are their type, they will commit faster than if they are not. So when you can't get a man to commit, and they don't want to commit, and they're not even trying to commit, and they tell you they ain't finna commit, you're not their type. Okay, so you just need to understand that, because if you were their type, they would be asking you for commitment faster because you are their type. Y'all have to remember, men date and they deal with women for totally different reasons than women date and deal with men. They deal with you for access to your body. They deal with you just so they don't have to be alone. And they deal with you because you want to deal with them. You understand? So you don't have to be their type in order for them to deal with you, in order for them to date you, in order for them to lead you on. You don't have to be their type. You just have to be willing to waste your time. Do you understand? So it's a sad thing that women will just go along with it and don't really care, or they do secretly know, but they're in denial about it. You're not going to get as much as you could, and you're not going to get the type of treatment that you would if you were with a man who liked your type. Get in where you fit in. Go where you are appreciated.
I stay away from my type, because my type has me spending money that I don't have. All you got to do is be light skin, curly hair, and a nice body and a pretty face, and boom, here's my wallet.
This is why you should never be impressed when a man is acting like he's making some kind of special exception for you. Please understand that he's reserving his best treatment for the kind of woman that is his actual type. He's not doing you any kind of favor by making some kind of special exception for you. What he's basically saying is, to save money, I date dark-skinned women that I'm not actually attracted to. And they're supposed to be flattered by that and accept those small crumbs because a man like him is making an exception for them. I said it before, but I'll say it again. A man is well aware when he's wasting your time, wasting your youth, wasting your childbearing years. What some men like to do is try to find a woman who will be there with them in their struggle when they can barely afford anything, and they want to drive her car and live in her place rent-free and have her give him money. And then when he can afford to finally get with the woman that he wants, he drops her because she was never meant to stay. She was just meant to kill some time until he could finally get who he really wanted. Trying to convince women who aren't their type to build with them, to help them to be a better catch for the women they actually prefer. They know their preference isn't going to split bills with them or go 50-50 on dates, but he could use you in the meantime to be a stepping stone to be a better catch for that woman. Basically telling those women that I can't afford to give you the kind of lifestyle that you deserve, the kind of lifestyle that I really want to give you, but I'm going to settle for these women until I can get one of you. Basically saying, if you ever see me with a woman who isn't light-skinned with curly hair, please understand that I settled. I was just watching a video from this woman, and she was talking about how it's so important for you to watch out for the kind of woman that your man is always going out of his way to bash, because that woman might secretly be his type. And I absolutely believe that. I think that the reason why men go out of their way to talk about, like, I don't like BBLs, or I don't like women with tattoos, or I don't like a lot of makeup and all that, it's not because they really don't like those things. It's because they want you to feel, when he's in the presence of a woman like that, oh, don't worry about her, she's not his type. So when his BBL makeup wearing long lashes coworker is working late with him, you'll be like, I'm not worried about that because I'm his type and not her. They want you to think that. They want you to feel like this person is not a threat. But usually it's those same kind of women that they do like. They try to find somebody that looks the opposite of you so that you won't be threatened when you see that kind of woman in their presence. If it's their baby mama, oh, I don't like that woman anymore, I can't stand her. If he goes out of his way to bash her, most of the time he does want that woman. A lot of them, they're not with their baby mama not because they don't want to, it's because she won't take him back. So they're going to bash her because they're still mad at her. But all she got to do is call and say, I want my family back. And girl, he's gone. Truthfully, a man doesn't have to be physically attracted to a woman to want to sleep with her. He could just like her body or how she's built. So don't assume because she doesn't look anything like you, or because she looks exactly like what he describes that he does not like, that he wouldn't still be with that woman if he had the chance.
Another way to know that you are not a man's type is by looking out for critiques. If a man is with a woman that was not his first choice, or is not the woman he really wants to be with, or the type of woman he really wants to be with, he will critique you all the time. He will critique your hair. He will critique your nails. He will critique the clothes you wear, the jewelry, the makeup, everything. He will try to change everything about you to fit the type of woman he wants you to be. And even if it's not looks wise, he will try to change your personality or characteristic traits or behaviors about you to fit the type of woman he really wants you to be, because the woman he really wants to be with, or the type of woman he really wants to be with, acts like that and you do not. Like, yes, you may have the physical build, the complexion, and the looks, but the other stuff about you is not there. And so he'll critique you like, oh, you should say this, you should do this more, and we should do this, and we should talk about this more, because that's what he used to talk about with the last girl. That's what he used to do with the last girl. Yeah. I also had a friend that was in a relationship with a guy who was always trying to change her. Oh, I like when you have red hair. You should only have red hair because I like when you wear red hair, because it was a girl that he liked that always had red hair. When he first met her, she was really, really skinny, but she started getting her grown woman body. He would begin to critique her body like, I just hope you know that if you gain any more weight, like, I'm not going to stay with you if you get fat. And he would remind her of that all the time because he did not like his women thick. He liked them scrawny. He liked them skinny, like slim thick. And he would always critique her body when he felt like she was getting too close out of that. He would always tell her how he would like her nails, or what color he would prefer her nails to be, what clothes he preferred her to wear, and if she wore something he didn't like, he would always critique it and say, I don't like when you wear clothes like that, wear this. I was also in a relationship with a man, and I was not his type, but he was always trying to critique me, and he was always trying to change me. Now, I was always like a girly girl. After a certain point, I dressed up and stuff, but not in a way that he liked. He wanted me wearing heels. He wanted me wearing $300, $400 bags. He wanted me wearing name brand sneakers. He wanted me wearing makeup every single day, even if I didn't go anywhere. He wanted my nails to be a certain color. He wanted them to be a certain length. And he just wanted me to do certain things that was just like, that's not who I am. And at that time, we was like super young. I'm like, dude, you don't even have money for $400 bags. He also would tell me that he wanted me to just like sit around and just wait on him. And I'm like, yeah, no, I have friends, I have a life, I got stuff to do. Like, he was trying to bring me down, like humble me and shift me into the woman he wanted me to be. And that's not who I was. But you know who was like that? His mother. And I'm like, yeah, no. But he was always critiquing my clothes. He didn't like the type of clothes I wore. And anytime he would buy me something, he would never buy me something I actually wanted. He would buy me something that he wanted for me. And then guess what? When we broke up, he got a woman who was just like that. So a big sign that you are not that man's type is that he's going to constantly and continuously critique you. What you wear, your hair, your behavior, the way you talk, the things you engage with, the things you watch on TV. Like, he's going to try to change you and fit you, morph you into the woman that he wants. Because he cannot be with or have access to the type of woman he really wants to be with. And critiquing is always usually a really big sign of that. And it will be excessive critiques. Like, they will always go out of their way to do it. You're not going to ask, does this look good on me? What do you think? Like, no, they're going to say it on their own. They will let you, I don't like that. Or if they smelled a certain perfume on a woman that they really like, they'll tell you to go get that same perfume. They'll see nails on a certain woman that they like. They'll go home and tell their girl, oh yeah, go get these nails. Like, yeah, that's a big sign that you're not their type. Now, mind you, some men will just like seeing you in certain things. Like, that's different. So for example, like when you get your hair done a certain way and it just looks so good on you, they love when you do that to your hair. That's not the same. The difference is when they're telling you to do or be something that is not really you. Something that you would not do. Something that you were never interested in, and it's just like something that only they came up with. The person they want you to be or the things they want you to do doesn't fit you. Doesn't fit your personality, doesn't fit your purpose, it doesn't fit the woman that you are when they met you. I'll never forget, I had this guy who got into a relationship with this girl. When he first met her, she dressed very promiscuous. She was always wearing short, tight stuff, showing off her body, showing off her cleavage. And then while he was with her, he started falling for another woman who was older, who was more classy, more professional. She was wearing suits and she was wearing professional stuff. She had her hair done in a certain type of way. She just looked good, like a different type of good, you know? Mind you, this other girl he was in a relationship with was a lot younger than him. So of course she's dressing that way because she's young and just because she can. And sure enough, what did he do? He started trying to change her wardrobe. No, we gotta dress like this. No, you gotta put this on. You gotta look like this. You gotta start talking like this. We gotta start doing this. Trying to morph her into the perfect woman for him. So yeah, anytime you start seeing critiques that are extremely excessive, critiquing your body, making comments about your body, your hair, your nails, even passive aggressively, you know, yeah.
Men only act right for the person they really want to be with. Like, you over there stressing about this dude and you want him to get his shit together. You want him to do this, you want him to do that. You want him to bring flowers. You want to do on dates. But it's like, honestly, he does not like you like that to be doing all that. I'm not going to hold you. Like, he does not see you as that. He doesn't see you as a wife. He doesn't damn near sure no see you as no goddamn girlfriend. You know what I'm saying? He probably just playing the field. You feel me? A lot of y'all, some of y'all girls be stressing about like, why my dude acting like this? Why he not doing this? Because like, he really don't fuck with you. And you need to hear from me, because he ain't gonna tell you this shit. But I'm gonna tell you this. He don't like your ass, for real. You feel me? And you need to skedaddle, because like, you just gonna be in a whole cycle of like, oh my God, my dude never brings me flowers. I never get taken out on dates. You know what I'm saying? That's why you need to go with people that like you. I keep telling y'all this, but you don't understand. You know what I'm saying?
It's such a revolutionary moment when you realize that you were actually not that man's type. Like, okay, now everything comes full circle. Now it all makes sense. I was never your type. Once I know that, and then it goes a step further, and I know what actually is your type, now I understand why you were acting like that. Now I understand why you joked like that. Now I understand why you did the things that you did and didn't do the things that you were supposed to do. It's like, oh, now I can identify the disingenuous reason that you have messed with me all along, and how this was never even meant to come into fruition. And there can always be some accountability in missing the yellow flags, right? But some things you just don't know until you know. But once you know, it's like crystal clear. There's no more fog. I get it now. I'm not your type. So also just a friendly reminder, like, stay in your lane. I'm not meant to be everybody's type, but don't pretend like I am.
I hate when men won't just say what their preference is, because my homegirl hit me up and was like, oh, my boyfriend's friend want to talk to you. Like, can I put y'all on? It'll be cute. We double date. And I was like, girl, send me a picture. So I look at this picture. I'm like, girl, I'm not interested. She was like, girl, come on. I was like, you know what? I am fat right now. Like, let me just see what he talking about. She was like, okay, cool. I'm going to give him your number. So she gave him my number. He immediately FaceTimes me yesterday. So I'm like, okay, yeah, what's up? So we have a cute little conversation. We're talking about like our favorite childhood shows and everything like that. And he was like, oh, you know, who was a childhood crush you had? Like somebody that you thought was handsome. And I was just like, you know what? I can't really think of one right now. Like, I guess I would say Genuine. And he's like, Genuine? I'm like, yeah, Genuine. Like, people are forgetting Genuine was fine as hell. And he was like, oh, well, you know, I was going to say like Brittany Murphy. And I'm like, okay, Brittany Murphy is gorgeous. Brittany Murphy is gorgeous. Okay, cool. He was like, okay, well, who do you find attractive now? Like a childhood, or like, I guess you would say celebrity crush right now. I was like, I don't feel like I have a celebrity crush right now, because I feel like any celebrity that I want, I feel like I could take them through there if I wanted to. And he was like, well, who would you take through there? I was like, honestly, I ain't gonna hold you. If I got a chance with Issa Rae, I'd take her through there. He was like, Issa Rae? I'm like, yeah, Issa Rae. He was like, I'm like, what's wrong with Issa Rae? He was like, oh, nothing. Like, I thought you were gonna say Margot Robbie. You mentioning too many white girls for me. Like, you mentioning too many white girls for me. So I was like, oh, like, I'm not your type. Like, okay, cool. He was like, why do you say that? I said, because you're mentioning too many white girls. Like, I guess you just, you know, you like white girls. You could just say that. And he was like, well, I mean, I do date more exotic women. And he was like, when she showed you my picture, I was like, oh, let's not get this mistaken. I'm black. Black as hell. This a wig. I'm black. And he was like, okay, like, I guess you're not interested. I said, no, for a fact, you are not interested. Please, like, let's not even do this. And he was like, you're right. You know, I do like white girls. Duh. I knew that. I told you that. Like, why are we playing?